I'm not going to take long to introduce this. This is Hedonist, this is King's Heat, and I kind of forgot to do a story time. I'm like in the middle of chapter 2. I mean, I'm literally in the middle of it. They're about to fuck, which really doesn't say anything about this book because they're always about to fuck in this book. But anyways, a couple spoilers. One, um, this is all sex. If you don't like it, go away. Two, it's gorgeous. The language is poetic. It's Roe Horvat. If you haven't read Roe before, shame on you. And three, again, we're in the middle of a chapter. I don't think you really need to know what's happening other than one guy's going to fuck another. So here we go. Carry to us, and Lucius quivers with desire. First, I lay the boy on his back and open his pale legs wide. His tiny hole shows the signs of the approaching heat wave. Fresh slick gathers in the center, and the skin is already a little puffy. I'm going to kiss you, sweet Lucius. Then I'm going to make love to you. Being breached by an Omega's cock is gentle, and you'll feel no pain. Quite the contrary. And when your heat begins, you'll have the king's cum in you. With his lips parted and cheeks pink, yeah. Begins, you'll have the king's cum in you. With his lips parted and cheeks pink, Lucius stares up at me. My words arouse him, and he grips his shaft. One of my alphas will touch you for the first time, but you will be in my arms when it happens. I'll hold you and make sure you're comfortable. Together, we'll guide you and bring you pleasure. Is that still your wish? Yes, beloved. I take off my robe and cast it over a nearby bench. Then I gently remove Lucius's hand from his cock. He squirms with need. A thin trickle of slick runs down between his ass cheeks. I lick it. Then I kiss the little star. It puckers up under my lips, and Lucius moans. His hands fist the carpet. The ring of muscles fights me at first, clenching and fluttering, squeezing around the tip of my tongue as if trying to keep me out. Lucius's body struggles to protect its purity. Oh, it shouldn't make me burn so much, but it does. The meager resistance makes my cock throb. I persist, licking the innocent bud until Lucius's body softens, opening up like a flower in the spring. My tongue delves into the virginal opening, and my sweet Omega cries out with delight. He begins meeting the soft fucks of my tongue, rubbing his hole against my mouth. He's never been touched like this, and the sensations overwhelm him. Beloved, he cries out. I didn't like the on the end. It was good until then. He's never been touched like this, and the sensations overwhelm him. Beloved, he cries out, and the next second he comes. His joyous moans warm me inside as I drink his juices. His once shy hole gapes, and next time it will open easily, eager for more pleasure. Young virgin Omegas are my weakness. I don't want them to be taken and used before they know what pleasure even is. I want them to spend their first time cherished and safe in the arms of someone who knows what they feel and who guides them. I need to make sure nobody the arms of someone who knows what they feel and who guides them. I need to make sure nobody hurts my boys. The sweet nectar from Lucius's first orgasm and the naked trust in his eyes are my reward. Will you make love to me now? He asks, still shaky from his peak. I kneel between his quivering thighs. Darling, whatever happens in this room, you can always stop it. Whoever is touching you, even me, your king, you can always stop it. If you feel the slightest discomfort, you tell me, and I'll make sure you're comfortable and sated. Do you understand me, dear boy? Yes, beloved.
Stop. Do you understand, dear boy?
me, and I'll make sure you're comfortable and sated. Do you understand, dear boy? Yes, beloved. Do you want me? I ache inside. Then I'll turn the ache into pleasure. He's so wet, I don't have to smear myself with my own slick. I simply line up my cock at his entrance and slide inside. And that's all it takes. A heartbeat, a single push of my hips, one smooth stroke, and I forever claim his innocence. Oh, he's a miracle. His silky flesh flutters and clenches on my cock, and Lucius's eyes pop open wide. I see the very moment the fire flares in them. That, the first realization, the first spark of passion. It's mine. For me only. Nobody will ever own him as I own him now. He'll remember this moment forever, and in his memory, it'll be my face he'll see. Keeping our gazes locked, I retreat just an inch and sink back into him to the root. Lucius bows from the carpet and cries out with unabashed lust, I've set the animal free.
Stop.
The beautiful...
Lucius bows.
I fucking hate that word so much. It's the dumbest goddamn word in the history of time. Just an inch and sink back
If you're an
into
author
him to the root.
and you use the word bow as not bow, as bow, anytime, B-O-W, stop. Hey, Ro, I love you. Stop using bow. It's fucking dumb. That's a dumb word. Great author, dumb word.
Just an inch and sink back into him to the root. Lucius bows from the carpet and cries out with unabashed lust, I've set the animal free. The beautiful boy holds his legs, exposing himself further, and his guttural noises get louder. His eyes turn almost black. My cock is big for an omega, but still smaller than the least imposing of my alpha's dicks. I move carefully but deeply, dragging my hardness through Lucius's unsullied hole, and watch as he falls in love with the sensations. Beloved, I can't. I'll come. You will. Many times. You're perfect, Lucius. I thrust into him faster, up to the hilt, and he groans with joy, so open it makes my hole leak. Oh, God! It takes only a short while. Lucius peaks again, his scent getting more and more infused with heat. The first wave will come within an hour. I'm sure of it. His little hole gushes slick and squeezes my shaft, bringing me closer. Look at me, I order him. His eyes are mere slits when he looks up, drugged with desire. His orgasm gathering strength again. He grapples at my hips, urging me to move faster. Drugged with desire. His orgasm gathering strength again. Drugged with desire. His orgasm gathering strength again. He grapples at my hips, urging me to move faster. Your Majesty. The ecstasy in his expression makes my pleasure crest. My cock jerks deep in him as his heat-swollen insides milk.
Heat-swollen insides. Wow.
The ecstasy in his expression makes my pleasure crest. My cock jerks deep in him as his heat-swollen insides milk it. His eyes never leave mine, dazed. Your seed is in me. His eyes never leave mine, dazed. Your seed is in me, beloved? Yes. The moment feels almost melancholy. His youth ends, and he's becoming a man here in my embrace. I kiss his forehead and circle my hips, making him moan. You're not pure anymore, Lucius. He licks his lips. How do you feel, darling? He bites his lower lip. I never want you to leave my body. I bend down to kiss him. He sucks on my tongue and angles his ass up, stirring our connection. I can feel how he revels in the fullness, and I grin with giddiness. My own first time was in the arms of my Omegas, just weeks after my father's sudden death. I'd needed to be loved and comforted, and two of my Omega companions, barely a few years older than me, had slept in my bed, keeping the nightmares away. Their tenderness had saved me during the darkest moments of my life, and our love-making simply happened without any expectation. Their tenderness had saved me during the darkest moments of my life, and our love-making simply happened without any expectation or scheme. Late at night, after a confusing dream, I moaned with need. We kissed and pressed to each other, and one of them guided my shaft inside him. It was Kai, my most loyal friend. Lost in lust, we barely knew what we were doing. The other boy drove his young cock into me, and immediately I fell in love with the feeling. We fucked until morning, trying everything our naive minds could think of, and we bathed in slick and cum. We all lost our innocence to each other that night, and until my first heat I only loved Omegas. Now, looking at Lucius's enthralled expression, I recollect the glorious discovery of how much pleasure my body could take. I kiss Lucius deeper, stroking his tongue with mine. Then I pull my softening shaft out and cuddle the boy to my chest. He sighs, sounding disappointed, and I can't help but smile. You need to rest. I lower my voice to a whisper as I'm telling. And I can't help but smile. You need to rest. I lower my voice to a whisper as if I'm telling him a secret. I don't want him to be afraid at all. I want him to be excited and look forward to his heat. An alpha's cock will bring you 10 times more pleasure than mine. A thick will bring you 10 times more pleasure than mine. The thick girth will light up your body from the inside. The head will tease your womb, and you'll feel gloriously full. You'll come over and over. It's ecstasy. I promise. He snuggles closer to me, hiding his face. I believe you, beloved. Rest. I'll hold you. I turn my head toward Iker. He's nodded now, sleeping in his lover's embrace. The other alpha car sits nearby and stares at the young man in my arms. He's very close, I tell him. Are you rested enough to knot him? Car. When the sunlight strikes raindrops. I tell him. Are you rested enough to knot him? Yes, Your Majesty. Stay here, then. Thank you, Your Majesty. And we're at a scene break. So, that is a little sneak peek of Hedonist, King's Heat. This is going to be coming out, I have no idea when, I'm not in charge of these things. But please, for the love of God, if you are into this sort of thing, you're going to love this. Roe has really knocked out of the park. Roe, sorry about my bitching there for a second about your use of the word bow, but goddamn, I hate that word. It's dumb. Anyways, great job, dude. I love you. Have fun. I will see y'all soon.